The beer you drink is awful, but it doesn't have to be. There are countless local breweries all over the country that make great beer. Amazing beer, also known as craft beer. Beer you can savor rather than chug. Each week, we'll take you to a brewery, brew pub, or beer festival, give you a tour, and then drink the beer. All of it, for the betterment of mankind. The beer you drink can be great. So put down that red party cup and start drinking beer like an adult. This is Crafty.
Oh, hey there, beer snobs. Welcome to another episode of Crafty, the web series about great local beer. On today's episode, we're at the LAB Brewing Company in Agoura Hills, California. With us today is Roger Bott, co-founder and head brewer. Roger?
How are you?
Very good, sir. Unfortunately, Aaron is late, so he's a bitch. Moving on, Roger, how'd you like to show us around the place?
I would love to. It's a small facility, but I'd love to show you around, let you know how we make the magic happen here at the lab.
Sounds like a plan.
All right, welcome to the mill, the start of the process. And it's a wonderful little device because it prevents us from having to pick up very heavy sacks above our head repeatedly.
Is there a story behind this machine? It looks kind of old. Where did you guys get it?
It is old. It actually came with the rest of the brewing equipment, and it's about 25 years old, pretty oversized for its job and a little bit outdated, but we still love it because it works like a champ. Most of this patio is covered in dust by the time we're done with it. It's part of the advantage of having it actually outside.
Well, what else do you have to show me?
The next part goes inside, so let's go inside the brewery and check it out. All right, welcome to the brewery. Before we go any further, we are in a lab, so I suggest we get properly suited up. Oh, we only have one?
Yeah.
So this is the lab of the lab. It's a pub brew house. It's a 14-barrel brew house. I get about 430 gallons out of each batch. None of our beer travels more than 40 feet before it reaches your glass. I think it's the true epitome of the word local. We had to rig up some of the plumbing here because we actually had a theft involved before we opened. They stole just about everything that wasn't a big, huge tank.
So Roger, how many beers do you have on tap right now?
I currently have 5 of my own and 26 other guest taps.
Do you have anything special that's coming out soon?
I actually do. I have a milk stout, calling it the After Midnight Moo, and it's just about ready to serve, so if you'd like to try it, we totally can.
All right, let's get this tasting underway.
Oh, now you show up.
Yeah.
By the way, my name's Aaron.
Aaron, Roger.
All right, awesome.
This is a milk stout, AKA a sweet stout. It has oatmeal in the mash to give it a nice creaminess, and it has a little bit of milk sugar in the boil to give it a little bit of a residual sweetness.
So what ABV is that?
This is a lighter one. It's barely 5. It's about 4.9%. Very sessionable, drinkable, quaffable stout without a heavy roast behind it. Here we go.
So there's no actual milk in this?
There's no milk, but there is milk sugar.
Milk sugar.
Lactose.
Okay.
So it's not for the lactose intolerant.
Down the hatch.
Salud.
Oh, wow.
That is real smooth.
That is breakfast.
It is breakfast indeed. Between this and the coffee beer, it's a perfectly well-balanced breakfast.
Not as heavy as I would have expected considering it's a stout.
Right. I didn't want to overpower the milk sugar, so I only used about 7%. You get just a little bit of that sweetness in the character, but it's not overwhelming. And we plan to push that on nitrogen to give a nice cascading effect, similar to that of, say, a Guinness pub draft.
How many recipes do you have right now in the works?
I have about 11 recipes that I'm fairly proud of and that I feel are reproducible. However, I've only had the chance to brew 6 of them so far.
Which of your beers right now is your favorite?
It's kind of like asking which child is your favorite. But
There's always one.
and there's always one. I always go to the Big Ass Red. It's kind of more of a balanced beer, a little bit more sessionable in alcohol volume. So my go-to right now is the Big Ass Red. They're all f***ing awesome.
Which non-lab beer is your favorite right now?
I really like the Belgian styles. I have a huge appreciation for Belgian beer. I lived there for about a year. So I have a Malier 10 right now. It's a Belgian Golden Strong beer. A little floral, a lot of citrus. I love that one, Malier 10.
Now, Roger, your facility is a little bit different than some of the more dry and utilitarian places we've visited so far. Why did you choose to go in a direction that included full bar, full menu, live music?
Ever since I was 8, I always wanted to open a restaurant. And when I was 16, I started brewing beer and realized the two could go hand in hand very nicely. So I figured, why not combine them all? The food, the beer, and the music. Also here at the lab, it stands for the live art of brewing. Behind this glass wall, everybody everywhere in the restaurant can see what we're doing in here. And I strongly feel that brewing is a large portion of art.
Would you say that this is more of a brew pub rather than a microbrewery?
Absolutely. I would like a little bit more space and have more of a microbrewery environment, but I also really enjoy having the patrons enjoy the food and the music as well. So we have to balance out the real estate.
So to clarify the difference between a microbrew and a brew pub, both actually brew on premises. A brew pub is more of a restaurant and brewery combined in one facility, whereas a microbrewery is more focused on exporting their beer. At least 75% of their beer has to actually be exported in order for it to be considered a microbrew. Roger, thanks a lot. Everything was very informative. How about we go and try some more of your beer?
That's very easy.
All right.
And head right out this way.
Roger, why don't you let us know exactly what we're going to be drinking right here?
Absolutely. We're starting off from left to right with the Big S Red, more of a malty balanced beer. A little bit of hop presence up front, but then a nice malty, almost woody sweetness towards the end. The next is the Cold Fusion Java Porter, obviously a darker beer, lighter in alcohol, overall smooth with a nice residual coffee aroma. The next is the Take Her Home Triple, so you get a little residual sweetness. You'll get some citrus from the yeast as well as the sweet orange peel, as well as a little spiciness from some coriander. Very high octane, about 10% alcohol. The fourth one here is the Bad Influence IPA, 7.5% alcohol, 93 IBUs, nice and floral, citrusy from all the hops. And the floater here is the XPA, which is basically the baby brother of the IPA. Similar grain bill, less alcohol, less hop presence, more sessionable, but still with a nice hop flavor.
Awesome, well thank you very much. Really appreciate it.
Cheers.
All right, so let's get started with the Big Ass Red.
Sláinte.
Salud. Taste that hint of hops, but it's not overpowering at all like an IPA. It's not dry or anything like that. It's very just even.
Yeah, the roasted malts definitely come through. You can definitely taste, not smoked so much, but just roasted just enough to give it that end of the spectrum.
Isn't this the one he said he did his final project on at UC Davis?
Yeah, this is the one that he got his A for the brewing class. So this one is the Kona Cold Fusion.
No, Cold Fusion Java.
Cold Fusion Java.
With Kona beans.
Made with Kona beans.
Yeah.
Oh, that's real smooth.
That is really smooth.
A lot of the different coffee kind of style porters, they like to go with crushed up coffee, just whatever, you know, Folgers straight out the thing into the hopper. Dr. Hops, Roger likes to use whole Kona beans.
It is sweet, but it's not like as sweet as that, what was the Midnight Moo?
Midnight Moo, yeah. For me, I'm not a porter guy, and
But you like it?
But I do like it a lot. All right, next in line is the 10% high octane Take Her Home Triple. Oh yeah. That, it's got that nice floral note at the end of it. And you can taste the orange peel and the coriander that he was talking about he put in it. Very good.
You can't necessarily tell that it's a high alcohol.
It's a sleeper, this one.
Yeah.
So next on the list is the...
Probably gonna be your favorite.
The IPA here.
Oh, wow.
Like, I don't know if it's because we drank all these other ones, but the hops don't feel as pronounced in this one. Like, they're just kind of an undertone, not so much the high note of the beer.
If I get like a really strong IPA, I definitely get that dryness in my mouth, and I don't get that at all with this. Yeah,
the smoothness of all of these, the finish is just absolutely phenomenal for all these.
All right, last but not least, we got the XPA.
This actually almost, to me, this one tastes a little bit hoppier in character than the
does.
actual IPA.
It does.
As compared to the silly rice beer, you know, nonsense that all the kids drink nowadays, I could probably drink this easier than I could drink that all day.
No, I feel as if that would be like a good introductory beer to anyone that...
yeah, that are kind of concerned or scared.
Or just, you know, haven't tasted something like as bold as an IPA before with that so much hop.
Well, we've got a tough choice ahead of us trying to decide which beer is our favorite. It's not like we've got a board set in front of us that's got 12 or 8 or 9 different beers.
Yeah, we just got 5 basics.
It's a small field, but everybody is definitely a power player here. Starting out with honorable mention, I'm gonna have to go with the XPA and its delicious smooth finish. Shucks, I could drink that all day. Top dog tonight, I'm gonna have to go with the Take Her Home Triple, the 9.5% ABV.
Seriously, what about the IPA? I mean, I know you're a hops man.
I am a hophead, absolutely, but I do like the Belgian style, and this just really, for me, it exemplifies what a Belgian style triple should be.
So Grant spilled his beer. Is that the one that you really liked?
That was the one I liked.
I'm actually gonna give my honorable mention to the After Midnight Moo. That one that we tried in the brewery. I don't know how, and I don't think we'll ever actually agree on anything ever again, but I'm gonna go with my choice as the Take Her Home triple.
Very good.
Yep.
TK, why don't you go ahead and give them a try?
I like that one.
Nice. All right, well, let's finish this flight and head on out.
I concur. Let's go ahead and do that.
That's it for this episode of Crafty. For more information about the lab, please visit their website. And as always, remember, drink responsibly. And by that we mean, don't drink 40s.